Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm actually not too bad. How are you?
Actually, I'm pretty good
Oh, we love that.
for the first time ever.
Right. Good morning, Legends Only. Tonight we'll be happy for the first time ever in a special podcast.
From the historic Castro district.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
It's fucking hot. Oh my God.
that is definitely.
I'm not wearing a shirt. My tits are out.
Wow, what do
Oh my
you
God.
mean?
It's fucking hot. Yeah, literally. It's like 90 degrees. I'm like, oh my God, my fucking tits are sweating. Jesus.
Yeah, it's officially summer.
Ugh.
It's just in theory the weather suggests it's summer, but we're all still inside.
June 20th was technically the first day of summer. And I was like, oh,
Is it? Well, some people certainly think it is.
well, it feels like it. I'll tell you that.
Few of them loitering outside of Hell's Kitchen certainly think so.
Well, we can give a little update on that.
Oh,
But,
is there a date?
hello everyone and welcome back. My name is T. Kyle, and
And I'm Bradley.
yes, you are. Um, otherwise known as Moomoo's.
Yeah.
And welcome back to another episode of
Legends only.
your weekly pop culture podcast where we talk about, I mean, whatever the hell is going on at this point. And
Legends only.
yeah. So before we get started this week, we just want to give a shout out to all of our Patreon Legends Only fans on patreon.com/legends only. We started something new last week, which I realized that we kind of have the wrong name to like what we were doing, but like it's fine.
Okay.
So we started this thing called Something More Personal, but I
And the
realized
concept?
the concept for it is that it's something and it's more personal. But then I was realizing that it should probably be called a little more personal.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, does that make more sense?
Well, I like when people talk at the beginning of podcasts.
Yeah, I think it's kind of rad. I don't think you should use that. And then I was like, oh, oops. But like, whatever.
You know what? It's creative liberty. It's basically the merging of Lindsay and Britney. It's
This
fine.
is my podcast. I'll do whatever the fuck I want, basically. So the concept is that we started doing our Something More Personal chats on Patreon. So if you are a supporter on Patreon for just $2 a month, you can chat with us in the comments below, and we're going to be chatting about all things personal, basically asking ourselves a question every single week and chatting about it.
Yeah, it's a chance to get to know us a little better and, ask all those hard-hitting questions about, like, why don't I own a shirt? So, it's just those sort of things that you can finally address.
And this week, we're going to be talking about the internet.
Yes, heard of it?
Yeah. Never. Specifically, some Twitter audio notes and live journal and things like that. So, so if you would like to connect with us on Patreon, we are over there. We're discussing all things a little more personal. All right, everyone. So we are back to our regularly scheduled-ish programming this week.
Come hell or high water, we are here again. We hope you all enjoyed our Bionic deep dive. It looks like you did.
I know. Okay, so I have to say, and like I texted you this week, and like, we don't really track the numbers, and we don't really like, follow the whole.
We don't do it for the charts. We do it for the art.
Yes, exactly.
Applause didn't sell as much as roar.
Well, maybe if everyone listened to it on headphones, it would do better. No, it sounds better if you listen on headphones. Yeah, no, we don't really pay attention to the charts, but I did a little peek this week, and last week was our best performing week of Legends Only for the first time ever, and I was kind of shook, and I mean, I had so much fun doing last week's episode, the Bionic deep dive. And, I mean, we talked for like 3.5 hours.
Absolutely. And I would certainly say that speaks to itself, the overwhelming demand for Bionic coming through 10 years later.
I know. And then she gave us like the pride moment.
Oh my God, and it's still rolling out too. Like, I feel like every day she's given us a little something. That unreleased photo shoot where she's just got her woohoo out is really...
Literally, like her whole pussy's out.
It's crazy. Like, I actually really like some of the outfits or lack of outfits that they never even went with too.
Right?
Yeah, it's always like, oh my God. It's just like the Glory cover where you're like, you had that up your sleeve and you didn't use it.
Right. Well, it was also like Instagram wasn't really used back then. So I feel like if Bionic came out last week, which it should have been as a re-release,
yes,
it would have been like all those photo shoots would have been on Instagram.
True, honestly. I think she's waiting for the right time that it feels a little better and she's going to keep going out because I think there were plans in place. I still think there were things that she wanted to do. So
I would stan a Bionic tour.
Oh God. Well, obviously some of us have tickets for it framed.
I know.
So she should just be like, if you still have your ticket, you can redeem it for this.
Right. Hammerstein Ballroom 2021.
Yeah, right. I would love that. Oh my God. But I felt very good about it. And I also felt like it was a very cathartic experience, especially because of my interesting relationship with her and how some of her fans think I hate her. Some of them, think it was always like mean-spirited. And instead I sort of like feel like I was able to be like, no, I genuinely do. I came to this conclusion of like going from like Stan Moores back in the day to like loving her for who she is.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. Some 30-something-year-olds could really learn a thing or two on Twitter about that, but we won't get into that.
Right? We're so old.
We are so old, but some of them are stuck in their very old ways of comparing performances from 2000 and being like, Britney outsold. And it's like, can you? It's literally not also, even like 180 HD anymore.
Okay, but like also, okay, here's what I have to say. First of all, I loved the photos of the leg, like the Bionic, where she had, like her leg was like bionic.
Oh, yeah.
But also like we're old, but also like we set the stage for the girls today. So.
Oh, those were two completely different thoughts.
I know. It's like.
You were holding on to that bionic leg. That was a good one.
Yeah, like I loved that photo. But like also, I'm old, but also like we have been doing what the girls have already been. Like you're not doing anything new. Like we've been there.
And I just think it's cyclical. I think that's a circle of life. I think there were probably stans fighting over Whitney and Madonna and like Paula Abdul. I just think this was always, the Mariah and J-Lo thing. Like this is cyclical. And now there's, God, the Madison beer cans versus the Billie eyelashes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Madison beer really has been getting such promo on Drag Race lately.
I don't get it.
It's Gen Z, but also I don't know that she's been getting a lot of backlash on TikTok lately, for sure. I think one thing that's really come out of quarantine is sort of bad behavior calling out. And that doesn't even mean like the really serious stuff. That also means like Ellen and maybe Madison, considering some of these recent stories of like Chanel on Drag Race said she was unpleasant to work with. And I think people are definitely not handling
basically
rude.
You talking about me recording this podcast?
Yes, I think I'm about to call it out.
Should we fake a fight?
We really should. I think when we have to like, the next time we need to take a few weeks off and like launch a new season or something, it should begin with a fight.
Oh my God.
I'll stage one.
Okay.
The podcast is canceled because we could not come to an agreement about which deep dive to do.
Yeah. Bradley really wanted to talk about Girls Aloud, and I said absolutely
that
not.
Would be the reason.
So I'm going rogue, and today we're going to be discussing. No.
But also there was that news story about the Call Me Daddy podcast and those podcasters like splitting up.
Wait,
and
what?
we
Someone
were
had
like,
a podcast called Call Me Daddy?
First of all, yeah, we should have been earlier to that name, but also
don't call me Angel. Ew, if someone called me Daddy, I would bust out laughing. You would love it, not me.
I was going to say, we differ, but that's the beauty. That's the dynamic. That's how we work. But anyway, I feel like we should jump into the happenings of the week. We have some legends that we need to discuss.
Yeah, there's a segment this week. Last week we focused on one queen and one queen alone.
Some would say she owns the throne.
Yeah. Yeah, who owned the well, oh shit. That was past. She still owns it.
We can edit that in post.
What I meant to say was that she owned the throne of last week's episode.
She sure did.
This week we need to reintroduce our normal segment.
Yes,
of
we do.
Our queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so hit the soundtrack. Yeah.
So our world is going through such hard times right now. Coronavirus. And we're all staying in. Coronavirus. And we're all staying in. I burnt my gym down. So coronavirus. And we're all staying in. One thing led to another, and I burned it down.
Stream and or purchase Glory so that we can get it on the Billboard Hot 200. Okay, so our fave, our number one, is back at it again this week. And all I can think of... Literally, all I can think of is the sketch from Publicity. I got bangs.
Bangs! I got bangs!
Congrats.
It's literally that.
It's just that. She logged on and she was like, I got bangs. And we were all like, great. Amazing.
We're really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
She did make a stink about it a few weeks earlier and said that she was considering them because she's never had them before since she was a kid, even though then everybody tweeted her pictures of various photo shoots over the years of having bangs.
The entire Dream Within a Dream tour live from HBO Las Vegas says hi, but okay.
Sometimes I wonder, was it always, does she mean wigs and she never naturally had bangs? But I don't know that that's true either.
X Factor.
So. We forget about those bangs for a reason. That was bad.
What else? Dream Within a Dream tour.
She definitely had high fashion editorial bangs during the W photo shoot, the 2003.
Ooh.
Very
those look
blunt
fucking
bag.
good.
Yes. So, I think she just means some good old local bangs that she actually has, maybe. In any case, she has them now, and she posted several pictures with them, showing them off. It looks cute.
I don't disagree.
Bangs are, sometimes they say that you're going through it when you get bangs. Sometimes you just need a little change.
Listen, everyone's going through their own quarantine hair moment.
Right, that's true. We're always very supportive of hair choices.
My hair.
Yeah, we're as free as our hair. She's got bangs. She's letting it be known. Let there be bangs. And she's actually out frolicking in public, showing them off.
She is. She
Literally
is living her local fucking fantasy.
If you don't remember, she has already told us that she has broken Usain Bolt's record for sprinting, which nobody can deny or take away from her. And she put that on display this week.
I still can't believe that happened this year.
It's been 84 years. She paparazzi pictures and video of her in a park doing full sprints in one of her crop tops and a choker and a mask because she's not stupid. She's wearing a mask, so why aren't you? She's just doing her Usain Bolt record-breaking sprints right now. I'm happy for her because I feel like she gets to just do the things that she longed to do for so many years but was too famous and popular to do.
Yeah.
And all she wants to do is run around in a park.
We have said this for so many years.
We have. We really have.
We have been dragged. We have been called clowns. We have been told this and that. And this entire time, I have just been like, she wants to live her local fantasy.
Yeah.
And she is truly living her local fantasy. It is what it is. She's running around a park, working out with locals.
We should all aspire to that level of fucklessness. I agree. And if she wants to do music, she'll do music. And she'll obviously be very vocal about it on Instagram because she posts about everything else if she wants to. But it seems like she wants to catch up on the life that she did not get to live forever and ever. And that's fine. And I think maybe, and this is just my guess of what she wants. Obviously, none of us know. But, you know, I think some fans can't embrace the fact that she probably just wants to chill out. She's worked so long. Let her be hungry for it, as we keep saying. I don't know how we always put ourselves back here, but it's
I
probably
think we're looking at retired knee.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it.
For sure. But I also think that she gets bored, and we'll see.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. We're all bored in the house bored, and maybe we just don't know. And I think a lot of people got upset with us, well, for everything, but also about like deciding that she's retiring or not. It's like, I don't know either, but like she seems pretty happy just trying on clothes and being a mom and whatever. So whatever.
Yeah.
She got bangs. That's what matters right now. And I'm just going to support that. And I'm going to look to Jamie Lynn and her family and see what they say about her. And that's like all I can go on. And
exactly. And Britney is wearing a mask in public. So should you.
I mean, that's really the takeaway. If she can wear a mask and outrun Usain Bolt, then so can you.
Exactly. That's the other thing. I'm like, she knows what's going on.
Yeah, seriously.
She knows what all the hot jams are. She's got her mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And if she wants to fucking make new music, she'll get inspired and she'll make new music. Until then, we stan.
We stand, support, and that's basically all we can do as fans. Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, we're happy for our queen. She got bangs.
And she does not have a home studio like Christina does.
She does not. Good segue.
At least that we don't know of.
That's very true. Yeah, it's probably.
I don't think she does. She's never talked about it. It wasn't in like the Zillow listing.
No. If she has it, it's very likely she's already burned it down.
Right.
The Vanilla Candle Room sadly suffered a big misfortune the other night. No. So while we did our Bionic deep dive, a fan informed us, as we kept pointing out, she recorded a lot of that in what was called the Red Lips Room. Well, that turns out to be the name of her then in-home studio, which is the most Legendina detail I could ever think of. That's why, like, my fan fiction was just like slightly off from reality. Like,
well, that's actually where I'm recording this podcast right now.
Don't doubt it
in my
at all.
Red Lips room. So.
In Red Lips Room.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely ex-Tina. Yes, so we wanted to just add a little note there because we did get feedback. Just a little tip.
Feedback, bang, 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 bang.
And as
I was recording that in my Red Lips room.
Oh, yes. It's undeniable that she clearly saw it, heard it, listened back, and decided to keep the Bionic 10-year tribute going.
She lived it, loved it, breathed it, worked it, glam, if you will. I had so much fun last week, by the way. Can I just say? Oh my God, it was such a nice escape. But anyway, what else happened this week? So this is something that is very near and dear to my heart. Switching gears to Twitter and Twitter drama. And speaking of online past identities and things like that, Mr. Lil Nas X, who is like the funniest tweeter, seriously, finally admitted on this Holy Pride Month that he indeed is a Barb and that he ran a Stan account, as was very poorly hidden early in his career, aka last year, that he ran. It was called Nas Mirage. And he revealed that he didn't want to admit it because he was afraid of coming out at the time because being a Nicki fan implied that he was gay. And so Nicki tweeted him accepting his apology and basically being like, I was disappointed that you did not come out as a Barb at the time, but I understand and I admire your bravery for coming out as a Barb.
She's an icon, but she's not somebody that you think about all the time.
No, I'm kidding. Oh my God, I'm literally dead. Like, I just saw the target, like, on my face.
Absolutely. You are Barb target number one.
See, I like love it though, because I feel like I'm that way with Little Monsters. I just like to poke.
You do poke and prod.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like, this was so funny to me, but also like it's also like not funny because he has a point. She's got a point.
Right,
Being
like stan accounts are fucking scary. You like
stan accounts are scary. Being a Nicki Minaj fan as a rapper would probably,
well, as someone who doesn't have any number ones, I mean, it's disappointing.
well,
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to cut that.
you're gonna have to cut it.
I'm not cutting it.
But I mean, he probably has a point. She's very gracious to, because the thing is, he denied it, which was kind of disrespectful to just be like, no, I'm not a super fan. Like when it all started.
Talking about Heidi Montag.
Yeah, exactly. And he's seen the light, and thankfully now all of us Barbs can live.
Would you say that he feels free? This is freedom. Why they mad?
There you go. The Barb is jumping out.
Why they see them? Shut her out. Shut them out. The Barb can jump out. Listen.
Yes,
the same
absolutely.
way that the fighter jumps out. I'm kidding.
Yes. Barb ships were meant to fly, and he is finally on board.
Young.
So very happy. But that also made me think, like, do we have any down low fandoms that we have to own up to on this Pride Month? I think we do.
Well, I'm not a Barb because I feel like to declare myself a Barb would be saying that I know everything, and I can't put myself on that pedestal of knowing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Britney is the one that I know the most about, followed by Christina. So I can't be like, I am like the number one Barb because the Barbs will not take me. So it's fine. But like, I stan Pink Friday.
Yes.
And the other one.
The re-up.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the pink print. I definitely ride for Nicki. I love Nicki. But I'm just trying to think of like, yeah, as you said, being a Barb or being a super fan of anyone implies like a knowledge. And I would say we're the closest with Britney. I'm obviously a little Madonster. I would also say I'm a little monster, pretty much, minus Joanne. And
I mean, my monsters jumped out recently.
Yeah. I don't really love associating with fan culture to keep it 100 ever since our cancellation, just because of what. Right? That's my number one thing is like, I'll never really be the same because it leads.
You're not the same girl. Oh.
Yeah, it just gets a little too serious and severe. So I'm happy just being a fan in my own way. But some of the girls who I feel like have really risen to the occasion in quarantine, there's one that we have poked fun at more than once or twice. And
oh, please don't be mean to me. I have a very busy day too, okay?
Well, let's give it up for her. In my opinion, Miss Halsey has really been a real one during these protests. Our Ashley Frangipan has, as far as, you know, doing good in the world, she's really risen above. Gotta respect that. And honestly, Without Me turned out to be like one of my most played songs of that year. So for better or worse, I'm a little Halster. What do we think her fans are?
I don't. Well,
Hopeless
does she
Fountain.
have any?
She certainly does. Yes.
From the shit that I've seen, you don't have that many. No, that's a different. Oh, we didn't even talk about Drag Race. Oh, we can talk about. Oh, wait, no. We can talk about that later because I have something that I have to say.
Okay.
No, so with Halsey, I love her song, the new one with Marshmello.
Yeah, that's true too.
And I mean, I obviously have my story with her from the VMAs of the girl.
I was going to say the tables have turned. Now we're the ones shaking and crying and
I know, and like
trade places.
Yeah. Also, she's from New Jersey, so like when I see her like go off and like cuss people out, and I see the jersey jump out, I'm like, it's literally me. And it's people text us and they're like, "Oh my god, T-Rexa," and I'm literally like, what the fuck is that? Do you hear that?
Yeah, that's
Did you just hear that?
Halsey storming down the hallway to get you.
Wait, no, did you actually hear that on the phone?
No.
Oh. I don't know what the fuck that was. Something just roared outside, and it was not Katy Perry.
I was gonna say,
what the hell was that? Anyway, no, she's from Jersey, and so I'm
T-Rexa.
Yeah, literally. I was like, oh my god, T-Rex, and like there was like an actual T-Rex outside.
Oh my god.
But like literally, that's me as a pop star. Is like Halsey mixed with BB Rexa mixed with like a cock destroyer in like
literally that. Yeah.
And like Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. And
right?
you would like storm off stage if they didn't know the fucking words to this song that was number one for 50 fucking weeks. For sure.
Right. Like, this song was number 347 on the Billboard Hot Bubbling Under charts. If you don't know the fucking words to this fucking song, yeah, literally me.
From a humanitarian standpoint, Halsey's been getting it right this quarantine, as has always loving Dua. Dua is still doing everything right this era, and our beloved Britney is just, steering clear of drama and doing it all right too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what else? Speaking of, well, it's indirectly related to Britney, like everything else.
Everything on this podcast is.
Yeah. Another huge development this week. Obviously, one of the most important news articles is Alicia Keys did a Wired interview where they sort of asked about her origins before her solo debut. And she very casually revealed that she was in a band that was put together by like a label that she didn't really have a say in. And she was like, I think they were called Little Women. They debuted too and they did fine. But, I wasn't in it. And then everyone just realized that she was almost a member of 3LW, No More, Baby I'm a Do-Right. I mean, Alicia Keys being in that group would have really, I don't even know, like I don't even know who she would have replaced or been with, or maybe it would have been 4 Little Women.
This was, I was trying to think of some kind of like combination of Play Is Gonna Play mixed with like Concrete, Jungles, Wet Dreams, Tomatoes. I can't even put it together. Yeah.
This little woman's on fire.
It's impossible.
Oh my God.
Impossible.
Yeah. Parallel universe moments which to connect to Britney, for those who don't know, she was very nearly in a girl group called Innocence, which they debuted, and she was, for a hot minute, part of that group. And Britney could have just been a girl group member that had one album out.
Right? Like Nicole Scherzinger.
I can't.
Oh my God, I'm canceled this whole episode.
Oh my God. The little Scherzinators are absolutely going to get you. Me included.
Get a little wet.
It's to be like Pua Kenny flowers all over your hallway as like a warning sign.
Yeah. Oh my
from
God.
The Killer Lovers. Yeah. No, it's just one of those like sliding doors moments. The movie Sliding Doors, where it's like, wow.
Tired of your broken promises, looking at your pages, saying different numbers. Call me on your side, you're hanging with your fellas.
What if being in that group would have not, the Cheetah Girls might not have happened, or...
No, I'm not the one.
Say it again, say it again.
Oh, no, I'm not the one.
Oh. No.
You do a young hand. Yeah.
You do, or you don't.
Say, oh, you won't no more. Yeah.
Very interesting fun fact.
Just the more you know.
The more you know. Well, she would have had to wear some really cool and interesting outfits. And speaking of outfits.
On All Stars 5 this week, when everyone did the cheetah looks, and they screenshot it, and they were like, oh my God, the Cheetah Girls 2020. Justice for Jujubee, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. In this house, we stand Shay and Juju, and that's pretty much it. Although, and Alexis.
And, I would never be caught dead in the cheetah print fashion. Was it cheetah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be caught dead in a cheetah print fashion, but... Speaking of fashion.
Oh, fashion.
High fashion. So editorial.
Guys, this is awesome. This is a billboard. This is super high fashion.
Oh my God, that's so high fashion.
So high fashion.
So this is the segment that the girls, I missed this one. We missed,
we
had one last week, but it wasn't like, it was unintended. Let's
yes.
get glam.
Well, for my high fashion editorial moment, no surprise. You've seen it on my Instagram story every fucking day.
You've been very active.
I've been very active.
Yes. She's been Instagram storying every single day, multiple times
a day.
Have. She's got opinions. She's got links. She's got articles.
I've got too many opinions. But anyway, there's a certain girl group that we do keep discussing. My queens, BLACKPINK, are coming. New single, How You Like / of Sour Candy fame. I think somebody else sings on that. I'm not sure. But
Maya Marie.
yeah. But they are coming, and granted, this is not new for K-pop. This is the standard for K-pop to do concept photos leading up to the moment. But they've been dropping all of their concept photos and mini teaser videos, very Hold It Against Me 5-second Instagram teasers. They all look amazing. Lisa with that lip piercing, and Jenny with this flame thing on the side of her face. That's also a Clue movie reference. I love them. Every time they release, it excites me. Their comebacks are amazing. I got in a Twitter fight about the word comeback, but that's a whole other thing.
I was just going to say, can you please explain to the girls the word comeback?
So in K-pop, and this has just been the case for as long as I've watched the K-pop scene on the internet, when you say it's a comeback, that just means it's the next era. It's the way we overuse the word era is how they describe
legends and iconic and
so comeback just means, and it's literally the terminology they use. It's just the comeback is this date, and it doesn't matter. In K-pop, they release every 2 fucking weeks, but that's when the comeback date is. So I was like, oh, I love every Blackpink comeback. This Britney, I'll just, he came at me and said, I wish people knew the real meaning of the word comeback. And I was like, oh no, this is just the K-pop version of it. And he was like, oh, so words just don't have meaning anymore. And I was like, well, actually words do change in meaning. So you're wrong about that. And also take it up with the K-pop community. Anyway, blocked me, but it's fine. Most people should.
She's got a point.
It's just not that serious. It's not that deep. Their comeback is coming June 26th, and we're all very excited for it. And they bring it to you every time. So Blackpink in your area.
It's a sour candy.
Blackpink in your employer's area, because they will be performing on Jimmy Fallon.
They will.
Very excited. And I think that's pretty much it for mine. So why don't you take it away with your high fashion moment?
Did you read it?
Yes, I did.
I wasn't going to write it because I was like, if Brad reads what I'm thinking, this is going to be so embarrassing. But this is actually
everything.
Okay. So, and this is serious. I'm not joking.
No.
We're serious on this podcast. So I'm not joking, bitch. So this is so bad. So my high fashion editorial moment is Paula Abdul's Voltaren arthritis pain relief gel commercial.
New Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
Not sponsored. And I'm
not yet. No, yeah.
And not sponsored.
The way we're going.
Because the way that my body is functioning right now, I'm going to be fucking using this gel soon too. Because my knees are fucking cracking the house. But Paula Abdul during RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, out of nowhere was in this is it Voltaren? What is it called? Voldemort? What?
Yeah, I think it's the Voldemort.
Voltaren, whatever the fuck. They're not paid, so I don't need to fucking pronounce it right.
Diana.
Yeah, Dina fucking Diana, Voltaren arthritis pain relief, the house gel commercial. Mm-hmm. And they put her in her old music videos, and it was so chic. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Paula Abdul's back. And then it was Voltaren arthritis gel. You can dance too. What was the line that she said? I forget.
Oh, I forget too.
Something about it was don't forget about your movement. You can still dance too. And I was like, oh, okay. Me in a year from now when I'm at therapy.
Yeah.
And they photoshopped her into her old videos, and it was so high fashion editorial. And I was like, you are so above this, Miss Paula.
Yeah, she does a really good job of her career retrospective moments. That I think it was So You Think You Could Dance or Dancing with the Stars, where she did that medley. It was so good.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a commercial. This is a billboard. That's a billboard. This is high fashion. And then it was Voltaren,
some dead trees, and it's just there it is.
Yeah, and I'm like, same. It's gonna be me with my fucking autoimmune disease with my joints. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die in 3 years.
I mean, your legs are already going.
Yeah. walk until the world ends. Fuck. But like, you know, Miss Paula was working and shaking and throwing her hat at that girl from Burlesque.
Oh, throwing her hat at Julianne Hough. Yes.
Yeah. Which I got dragged for that, by the way.
Oh no, because you
that
didn't
was
know
another.
who that was?
Yeah, so that was another one of the tweets that I got dragged for.
By the little Halsters?
Well, yeah, sure. So in the moment, yeah, yeah. Which, you know,
that's, you know what, that you can, I may never recover from the Britney army dragging, but you can recover from a Hufflepuff dragging.
Yeah, you can. So in the moment, I very genuinely was like, oh my God, Paula Abdul just threw her top hat at that girl who was in Burlesque. And I tweeted it because that literally was the only frame of reference that I knew. I was like, oh my God, Paula Abdul just fucking clocked that girl who was in Burlesque in the face with a fucking top hat. And everyone was like, oh my God, that's like Julianne Hough. Like, it's so rude. And I was like, I don't fucking know who that is. Like, she was the girl in Burlesque.
You know what?
She tried to take Christina's thunder, and Christina was like, no, I'm going to sing this a cappella and do better than you. And I'm like, hell yeah. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You know, history will stand the test of time, and you will come out on top as that being her lasting impact on pop culture. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that is a great selection for a high fashion editorial moment, to be honest.
Because you know what? It was done very well. I will say with the editing of it was great.
Mm-hmm.
The message was great. It's going to be us in 5 years.
Oh, for sure. That's already 30 and up gay Twitter.
I know. Literally, who can we get to sponsor us?
That's literally us green screening ourselves in front of Britney videos. It's like,
oh my God, right?
I saw a Britney and Christina Twitter fan fight over them each having like 15 million. Did I send this? I sent this on the group chat of them fighting over their like 15 million monthly subscribers. And somebody's like, great, thanks for reminding us that they're both fighting to top the Billboard bubbling under charts 2020.
Right.
That's basically where we're at, is like 30-something-year-old gays fighting over that. Anyway, it's fine. It's the life that we were born into. We didn't choose this. So
well, until our knees actually
get a little wobbly.
Good luck with your wobbly knees. Well, yeah. I can just fucking pop a couple little Paula Abdul's little Voltaren, whatever the hell it's called, arthritis joint release pills, the house, and I'm going to go shake my tits at fucking Rise Bar and whatever with my cracky ass knees. But until then, we've got new music for everyone.
We do, yes. So this will be niche, but no surprise there. Well, maybe not. Maybe some of you know. My top pick, well, no, my not actual top pick. One of my picks is Miss Annie has returned. If you don't know her, of Chewing Gum.
Oh, from League of Legends?
From, not to be confused with the little shit from League of Legends, but this is Annie of Norway. She had a song Chewing Gum, Heartbeat. She was sort of like a blogosphere darling back in the early 2000s. Then she sort of like transitioned into like Xenomania, sort of Girls Aloud territory. So obviously very near and dear to my heart. She had a song, I Know Your Girlfriend Hates Me, Antonio. She's brilliant. And she last did something in 2015. She's back after 5 years with a song called American Cars. Very moody, sort of like Lana Del Rey lyrically, with sort of like the Drive soundtrack / Tron, like very synth vibes, very moody, Drive at night, all that good stuff. She got an album coming out in October called Dark Hearts. I love her. I'm very excited. This will be very welcome. And yes, I stan. I just wrote about her on Mew Muse, where you can check out with my 11 remaining fans. Yeah, so very happy about that. And then I didn't jot it down here, but my actual pick of the week is Khalid and Victoria Monet's collaboration with S.G. Lewis called Experience.
Is it not to be confused with the Experience?
Not to be confused with the Experience. Pre-order your tickets now for her return to Vegas No.
Can we please go if there's ever a vaccine?
Wait, we are actually going.
I know. I want to go to Vegas and I want to go to the experience and I want to shake my ass.
We will.
The second we get a fucking vaccine, oh my God, none of you even know the shenanigans that you're about to see from my ass the second we get a vaccine, by the way.
Oh.
That's just
it's a done deal when we're back in Vegas.
Oh my God, I'm going to be a fucking fool.
Absolutely.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, the song's called Experience. Get into it. Victoria Monet wrote all your favorite songs from Ariana, co-wrote, collaborator, from Honeymoon Avenue to Thank You Next, like the whole journey of Ariana's career, basically. Constant collaborator. She wrote plenty of Fifth Harmony songs. She wrote the Chloe and Halle Do It. She's a moment.
Bob.
So get into that.
Can we talk about Chloe and Halle quick? That performance that they did for Today's Show?
I mean, let's talk about it.
Drones,
let's talk about it.
The production.
Like, that's how you do an at-home performance.
You know what?
In these times. They are excellence. The album is excellence. If you haven't gotten into Ungodly Hour, the title track is by Disclosure. Excellence.
Everything's ungodly.
The God Warrior approves of this album.
Everyone would look back at everything we've been saying and praying and preaching and praying and saying.
Get into them. You should get into them, if nothing else, because Halle's about to be the Little Mermaid. She's the one who caused all the controversy among the racists because she was picked as Ariel. It's very exciting. So get into her.
I love the Little Mermaid.
Same. I know. We love Disney.
No, we don't. But
No, it's a good one. And it's going to be so cool with her. So get into...
I want to be where the legends are. I want to see tits shaking.
That's actually the rewrite for the 2021 version of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both fantastic. They're so talented. That album is amazing. Ungodly Hour came out last week. Busy Boy and Lonely are my songs. Anyway. Oh, yes. And finally, Keke Palmer. Thick. Miss Keke Palmer.
I fucking love her.
She is so entertaining. She's funny. She's smart. She made headlines by talking to the National Guard at one of the protests that went super viral. And she just happened to drop a little song called Thick, which is like highly addictive. It's funny, but also like super catchy. The concept is, like getting thick. So it's very, very danceable, very fun, very cool.
It's like
something fun for the summer.
Right? Like it's a summer, like mellow bop.
Yes, that combined with Experience, combined with the Chloe and Halle album is just like, yes, we're getting into a vibe. And Chromatica, of course. We're getting into like a summer vibe here.
And she just gets the internet and she just understands everything. Yep. Everything that you see about her on social media, she is in real life. And I was like, I fucking love you. Like, she is one you could just hang out with.
That's amazing. I had an experience with her. Yes. I had an experience with her backstage at the 2016 Billboard Music Awards. I abusing my power as editor-in-chief
undisputable
of Pop
Princess of Pop, Britney Spears.
Exactly. It was that performance. And before that, obviously, so I interviewed everybody backstage at the BBMAs because Britney was performing, and Keke actually said Baby One More Time, which most of them said Toxic. So I have to respect that she went to Baby.
Legends only.
Legends only. So, and it was a good time. Yeah, she was also really cool. It was fun to chat with her. And these stars, they come with entourages sometimes, or they're standoffish. And she was just a delight, super entertaining.
She's so funny.
Yeah, but we all have our experiences with these stars,
right? Like we need to do a discussion about all celebrities that we've ever encountered in life.
I agree with you 100%. I don't really have like horror stories. I definitely don't have one where I was like so grossly mistreated or anything. I just have ones that were like came with way too many entourage for who they were, and right. Definitely like gave a bit of a diva presentation or whatever, what have you. But luckily, no like true horror, get me my coffee sort of things. But
I don't even know what I can say.
Well, we'll save that for another day. Perhaps a Patreon exclu.
That is exactly what we can say, is that not today.
Not today.
But
Yes.
one day, because I'll tell you that, I will never forget.
And one experience that I had, actually, segue, one of my best experiences happened to be none other than the iconic, the legendary, the actual icon legend, Miss Kylie Minogue. I went to a book signing for her fashion book, Fashion, heard of it? High Fashion Editorial Moment with Kylie. And it was, I think, 2013 or 14. And
we were all so happy that day.
We were all so happy that day. First of all, she's like 4'11" or 5. She is a pixie. Like, I was taller than her, which is already a feat.
Right? Like, that's rare.
That's real tiny. Yeah, it's really tiny. But I was just like in full nerd mode. I was like, oh, I tweet you sometimes. I run a pop site. And she's like, which one? And I said, Mew Mews. And she goes, oh, I know that one. You tweet me a lot. Like, I've tweeted you. And she wrote, like, I Mew Mews you with a heart on my book. That is like above and beyond.
She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment.
She is the moment. And I made that segue to say, not only to brag about meeting Kylie, but also it is the 20th anniversary of Kylie's comeback single. We'll use that in the other form of the word comeback. Spinning Around, originally for Miss Paula Abdul. We're dotting all the dots right now.
You know, the universe just says.
The universe.
Yeah.
She had her like indie moment with an album called Impossible Princess. And then she has this shimmering disco record called Spinning Around. Cara Diaguardi, Paula Abdul. It was number 1 in the UK. It was a huge resurgence for her.
Not to be confused with the Jessica Simpson song.
No, common mistake, yes. But now it is one of her most iconic songs. The video is also legendary because she wore cheap gold like short shorts that are now famous and worth like millions. She just, so this is the 20th anniversary, much like we just did our little oops moment. So happy 20th to Spinning Around. It is having a moment. So all hail, Miss Kylie. And that's
spin me right around, me right around.
I'm afraid to. I feel like you've heard it before, maybe Spinning Around.
I heard it like earlier when I was like looking through the list, and I was like, "Oh, yes. What was that?" And then I was like, "Let me listen."
It is now one of her.
I like to be prepared.
Yes, it is. I'm like doing like a very slow easing into my Queens of the UK and Australia. That's what that is. Just dipping in. We're getting there. We're making headway.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. So that's Queen Kylie. And I believe you have an EDM moment.
I do. So my king, who, speaking of summer disappointments, Cascade came out with a new song called Pow Pow Pow, which I was like, okay, like just the branding of it was very aggressive. And I was like, oh my God, is this going to be like,
this is violent. Don't support it.
Yeah. Like I literally, at first I was like, I thought it was like Black Eyed Peas when they were like, boom, boom, pow.
Boom, boom, pow.
And I was like, okay, no.
Yep.
But like, it's kind of a, I was listening to it while I was walking and I was like, oh, this could be good for working out, which is like something that I don't do.
I was going to say.
But okay. I was like walking and it was like boom, 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 boom. And it's, some people do that though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a workout edition for me.
It wasn't anything revolutionary, but I was kind of like, my tits shook to it a little bit while I was power walking.
That's standard.
So yeah, we got to go with what we get.
That's right. We do. So
but
shout
also,
out to
speaking of EDM, because I haven't talked about it on this podcast yet.
Oh.
My king, Kygo.
Yes, your actual king.
His new album is called Golden Hour, and I haven't talked about it yet on this podcast because I listened to it and I didn't like it. But I am now really loving the song Follow.
Oh, okay. Does that have a feature?
Yeah, it's like a man.
Okay. That's all we
What's his name? There's just too many men on the album.
That's a common problem.
Right? I'm like,
Let's see.
Something with a J.
Joe Janiak.
That's it. See, I do pay somewhat attention.
Yeah, you do.
It's so good. But like, I was like, oh, there's too many men on this album.
Yeah, no, Joe actually has an important role in your life that you don't even know.
Oh, what is it?
He was part of the making of Make Me by Miss Britney.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he co-wrote it.
Well, there you go, everyone. You just learn.
That's why I love to look at the nerdier things, because I'm like, all the things we love, there's always some crazy connection.
Always.
Yep.
Well,
he
there you go.
Super prolific as a writer. He's done Avicii songs, Kygo songs.
It's very Avicii. The song, the beat drop is like so Avicii.
Okay.
It's like dun 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 dun. I can't do it. I would have to play it, but like.
Well, I heard it. That sounds right. Yeah, Joe of Make Me fame. Very interesting.
Wow.
But, yeah. Yeah, so check that out. Follow featuring the Make Me hitmaker himself.
Yeah. I also love Lose Somebody with what's the guy, the man from One Republic.
Oh, Tedder, Ryan Tedder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
It's like, ooh, I can't even do it. I was gonna like try and sing it.
I do love your attempts though.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody. Ooh,
well, speaking of losing somebody, I think that is a perfect segue into one of the hottest topics that we have yet to discuss on here.
What is it?
Somebody lost somebody in their marriage.
That was such a depressing segue. It was like, sometimes you gotta lose somebody.
Well, that's what she's singing right now. Because our one true American Idol, forever and always the OG, Miss Kelly Clarkson.
Wait, can we share a story on the Legends Only podcast with the girls today this week about Kelly Clarkson?
Which one?
Okay, so I'm gonna share the story that you were there for.
Okay.
So I did this thing for not Venmo, Vivo, where they had to like give her these awards for like her Vivo music whatever video awards. Mind you, I'm in this video. This was like a moment in time where I was very depressed and I didn't know that I like actually won. They like lied to me and they were like, there's 3 people that were narrowing down and it was a blizzard and it was snowing. And there's these like really dramatic slow-mo moments where I'm like walking through the snow and I'm like, yeah, I love Breakaway and like blah, blah, blah. And like 7 hours into this shit, I was like, I did not win. I give up. I'm not whatever. Turns out I actually got to meet Kelly in this moment. And I was holding the Legends Only binder. And they put me in this room with her. I met her. She flipped through the Legends Only binder. She opened up to the page with Paris Hilton's prison photo shoot, which was so embarrassing. And then she introduced me to her bandmate that helped her like write sober. And it was like this really intimate moment. And she invited me to the Piece by Piece album party, etc. I feel like I'm just like going on a tangent, but like she invited me to this party. And I was like, is this like fucking serious? Like Kelly Clarkson just like looked at me and was like, you're coming. I showed up. They were like, yes, your name's on the list. I came. She was like, oh my God, you were the guy that was like at that music video thing with me. How are you? We talked. She apologized for how awkward everyone was. She was like, I'm so sorry. Everyone was like super overwhelming and I could tell that you were nervous. She was so fucking iconic and sweet and nice. And then
everything that you think
everything
of, from watching her show or anything that she does on.
Yes. And I was so nervous the whole time to meet her because like I'm like My December, we need to get into My December at some point.
Well, we definitely need to because she's about to record My December Part 2, clearly.
Literally, yes. But all this stuff happened between like me and her and I was like totally like a local at this point. But then you were with me when we went to Radio City to see her at the Piece by Piece tour.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the meet and greet and she fucking remembered me. And you were there. We have a witness.
I witnessed.
And I was
to that.
Fucking shook.
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. I think she's the realest, one of the realest girls in the game. And she appreciates a fellow genuine soul. So no surprise there.
I was stunned.
Yeah, that was a great show, and we got to say hey to her. I forget why. I think because I forget, press tickets? I don't know.
No, it was like Cricket Mobile.
Yeah, it was a Cricket Mobile thing, but I don't...
No one go and sign up. This is not sponsored in this moment. But Cricket Mobile, which I don't even know if they're still a thing, tweeted at me and they were like, we saw that you love Kelly Clarkson. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah. So I invited Brad, obviously. We went and we show up to this meet and greet experience and we go to meet her. And she's like, oh my God, you were the guy from my like meet and greet the last time. She's like, how are you? Oh my God, like, are you? And I was like, yeah, like I live here and like you were there. It was just iconic. It was a moment. I was like fucking shook that she remembered me. Piece by piece, you restored my faith.
Unfortunately.
That a man could be kind.
Well, he was kind, but now... Unfortunately, all of her healing songs have a different energy now because she has filed for divorce.
I know.
And it's over. Since You've Been Gone, part 2.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people asked us about this, and this came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she just did the whole I'm so happy and like fall with like People magazine. And she's like living her life. And I like really thought this was like her moment.
I honestly think that if she isn't blunt about it in an interview, she will be unsubtle about it in the future music to come.
Oh, so and we've already gotten a little hint.
That's true, because she, as we know, we've been tracking her Kellyokies, but now that she's been doing some Quarantinaokes, her song selection lately has been very pointed.
Yes. She did a cover of the song that Britney did on Circus Tour. That is a cover of, what's his name?
Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of These?
Yes, him.
Well, that's a duo, but then Marilyn did a cover. Marilyn Manson did a cover of it, which Britney then used in her circus interlude.
Yes, which is fucking legendary, and that is on YouTube. So Kelly did a cover of Sweet Dreams this past week.
Yes.
And I was shaken.
Yes.
Because
it was fantastic.
You could just hear in like the vocal inflection that she was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and you know what else is, it doesn't even have to necessarily be him, because I think she's probably pissed that outlets picked it up, because that is the nature of filing if you're a celebrity and you file legal documents, it's public. And unless you put out a statement first or do something, it explodes without you I feel bad for her in a way, because if you want to do anything like that, it becomes public information in a second once you file it. So she probably was also just pissed that now everyone has this perception of her family, that she doesn't fully get to control the narrative of. Because like everyone's scattered and they're like, oh, I wonder what he did. I wonder, and then there's all these rumors that pop up, and it's like, that's probably also infuriating to her. You can tell that there's like a pointedness to the songs that she was picking that were seemingly could have been breakup related. She also got a lot of attention for doing Chain of Fools, which, has a connotation as well. So people are thinking that her picks were intentional.
Act the fool, girl. I'm here. Act the fool.
Chain of Act the Fool. Probably
I just thought it was really telling when she was singing and when she was doing Sweet Dreams, which Britney did on the Circus Tour. And if you don't know about that moment, this was like a time where it was like, Sweet Dreams are made of these. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to abuse you.
Which, I mean,
iconic.
Literally from 2007 onward, hasn't that just been the theme and question at hand?
Yeah. The Kelly song, like the Kelly version of it, when she was like, and she did the same thing where it was like, rain on me. And like with Christina, when we were like, I'm a prima donna, the same thing. She was like, hold your head up, move it on, keep your head up. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hold my head up. Like I felt it.
Yeah, all it kind of says to me selfishly is we're going to have a really good album.
But it's also so sad.
It's super sad. It's really sad because she has a full-on family with this man, so that is obviously gutting and awful. It's 7 to 8 years of marriage, I believe. And yeah, this was her first marriage and all that. And you know what?
Like,
Life
what happened out there in Minnesota?
Yeah, we were also,
not Minnesota, Montana.
you know, maybe, yeah.
It's Montana, right?
Yeah, Montana. I will say that
I'm very honored to be in the presence of so many locals.
Literally,
Sorry
Kelly
to everyone in Montana.
That's like Kelly to all the bison that are standing outside her ranch.
Right? You're like, what's that thing from Oregon Trail where you're gonna like wade the forest? Not the forest.
Yeah.
The fucking, what's it called? The water.
I don't even know.
Wade the river. Forge the river. No, is it? Oh shit!
Yeah,
I'm not gonna Google it. Forge the river.
Ford the river. You know what? That's what she's doing out there.
Whatever that.
You know what? River Rose and her were fording the river, and they've come to the conclusion that she needs a divorce. And now we've gotten Breakaway was a lot of the trauma of her childhood.
Iconic.
Since You've Been Gone, that's a breakup. Behind These Hazel Eyes, her father. Then we got
Piece by Piece.
Piece by Piece. That was very the continuation. My December was very angry against Clive Davis / her pop limitations. We'll see what she comes up with, but I am sure
3 months and I'm still
I've never made it through that song without
distancing.
But I'm excited. I mean, I'm not excited for her. That's a horrible thing. But selfishly, I'm excited for the divorce record. And yeah, so
her and Adele.
Oh my God, they honestly should collaborate. You Thought Wrong Part 2 featuring Tamira Gray.
Oh my God, I just clasped my tits. You thought we didn't know.
Oh, it would be so good. But yeah, I'm really excited for the music in a very selfish way. But you know, that's kind of what's on the horizon. What else do we have? It is very sad though. What else do we have to look forward to that we can?
Absolutely nothing.
That's true. It's over.
I watched what's it called? Contagion.
Why?
Because it was like I wanted to know like what happened.
I feel like that is.
Oh.
Well, I hope that helped you sleep at night because I feel like that would not do well for me.
Well, I will say this. In Contagion, they had a vaccine a lot faster than they do now.
We will get there.
And it was like very much like about social distancing and like whatever.
Uh-huh. Well,
yeah.
You know what?
Pretty legendary if you ask me. I love it.
I'm glad.
And this era will always have a special place in my heart.
Well, that's a week. That's definitely a week of events.
Yeah.
So, in any case, we hope that everyone at home is staying safe and sane. As we say every week, practice good hygiene, wear your fucking masks, be a good
honestly,
person.
Like, I can't understand the whole not wearing your mask thing. Like, I really don't get it. It's not that uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, certain people are very unwilling to inconvenience themselves in the name of freedom.
We will not be kissing or hugging. I can't. Nope. Until they figure out this corona.
Basically, we stand by that statement.
So sour candy. So sweet, put your mask on and get a little angry, yeah. And until then.
Yes, until then.
What's next? Is next week a fucking 4th of July?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Until then, put a hold on your fucking fireworks. We're in the middle of both a pandemic and a cultural revolution. We don't need fucking fireworks right now.
So that's the other thing that everyone's talking about. Why is everyone setting fucking fireworks off everywhere? I don't understand.
Can you guys not read the room? There's a lot going on the streets. There's a lot happening.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you want to...
You know what? If you have to do it on the fucking 4th of July.
Why would you have to do it? No one has to do anything.
Nobody has to do it.
Why would you set off fireworks? Well, you don't have to set off fireworks.
You know what?
This is the thing. Okay, you know what? This is why I want to run for office one day, but I can't because I feel like I would get disqualified for telling everyone that they're a fucking idiot. Everyone is sitting at home and they're scared and they're anxious and they're nervous and they're trying to sleep and they can't sleep. Why the fuck are you out there lighting a fucking firework when all of your neighbors are stressed out, they're anxious, and they can't sleep? Have some goddamn respect. Light your fucking fireworks when this is all over.
Better yet, listen to Katy Perry's firework and get inspired.
Stop with the fucking fireworks. Everyone is stressed out. You're waking people up. Stop it.
My dog doesn't like it. You need to stop.
That is my PSA.
Wear your mask. Stop lighting your fucking fireworks.
Yeah.
Be a good person.
They're not cute.
No.
They're loud. They're scary. Can you just wait? What do we have to
When
celebrate?
have you ever
Nothing.
benefited from a firework that was not by Katy Perry? I don't know.
No.
I don't have an answer.
Unless they're coming out of Katy Perry's tits, I don't want to see it.
That's right. That's our mantra.
Yeah.
Whipped cream, fireworks.
Look
if
at
it's
us,
not
social
tits,
justice warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
The two clowns said, unless they're coming out of your tits, I don't want to see your fucking fireworks. But like, actually,
though. Yeah, it's just really...
We're fighting for gay rights.
Anyway.
I really don't get it.
I just don't get it.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Doesn't. Well, we know that our listeners are not the ones setting off these fireworks, so...
Yeah, and like, what is there to celebrate? Like, on fucking 4th of July, are you happy to be in this country?
Exactly.
I'm not.
Anyway. And to that end, we hope that you are continuing to do your part in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement and the protests going on globally to end systemic racism and police brutality, and do what you can. We have been sharing links and information and resources and donations and petitions throughout every day. And we hope that you are still joining us in that it is not just a little 2-week moment.
You guys are in a crisis. I'm on my way.
That's basically that.
Moo showing up to this recording.
Yeah, that's basically what I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's sour candy.
Sour candy and social justice. Let's go.
Oh, so social justice. So sweet when I get out of candy. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think we've definitely covered enough ground for this week.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Until next week, which will be at this point July, I feel like. Is it?
Uh-huh.
Until July, we will see you
soon.
I want a music video for Sour Candy.
Yeah, I know. They better film it in quarantine. If they're not fucking in America, they just discredit it and then it's like, surprise. She's dead?
So Sour Candy.